A great way to reduce your anxiety is meditation. Too many people think that this is just some hippy dippy thing and nobody touches it. But if you want to get rid of your anxiety, you need to start meditating and clear your mind today. My name's Nick. I'm a personal trainer. I talk about this stuff on this channel because I've lived through it. Now, it's true what they say. People think, people who meditate are just people who sit around in yoga pants all day and just think about nothing. One of my favorite TV shows of all time is Parks and Recreation, and there's an amazing episode where the character Chris Traeger, played by Rob Lowe, takes Nick Offerman, his character Ron Swanson, out to this meditation place, and he just stands for 6 hours, Ron Swanson and Nick Offerman, staring straight, and he's like, "Oh, what did you think about it?" I was like, "Well, I thought about nothing." It's like, many people take this time, and it was a funny parody, but honestly, meditation is something that does help with your anxiety tremendously, because what it allows you to do is clear your brain, and it allows you to just breathe, help you work out, and you do not have to just sit there like this on a yoga mat. I mean, I'm a skinny dude, at least, for some areas. I got legs like a little cheerleader sometimes, so if I sit there for too long, then I start getting that pins and needle feeling, and then all I'm thinking about is that my legs are asleep, and I don't know if I'm ever going to stand up again. That's not what you want to do. I mean, what we're going to go over is how to be able to meditate, especially for a beginner. And the goal of meditation is to reduce the time that the brain is talking about all that in your head, that voice in your head that's telling you, what if this, what if that, what if this, what if that, and that anxiety, and giving you that moment of peace to be able to relax. I find this in the gym, believe it or not. Makes sense. I'm a personal trainer for that reason. But in the gym, where you're just working on you're working on a certain movement, you're working on weights, maybe you're doing dumbbell curls or whatever you possibly think is, useful, or whatever it may be, you are doing that. Like, you're taking the moment to just concentrate on simple things, and it allows you to tune the brain out, right? You just take that. So, like, I had a lot of anxiety as a kid, and when I first started meditation, I was 13 years old, and my grandfather was dying of cancer, and he was dying a really, really nasty death. My stomach, and the upper part of my stomach, I had what's called a gastroenterological inflammation, which is the upper part of the stomach. That tract just expanded about the size of my chest. Obviously, very, very painful. But all I could concentrate on was the fact I was going to lose one of my best friends at any given moment. And what I learned was how to be able to meditate, because what the body needs to do, just like dreaming, it needs to filter. So here's what I did. Let's get into the steps. Number one, you don't need to sit there, so you just do, don't do that. You start with a walk. I used to walk everywhere, and I grew up in the town of Somerset, Massachusetts. And I would just take a walk down to the creek, or take a walk down by the river, and just look around and just smell the air. And it was just a walk, but you got to get some rhythm going. Especially, it's better to do a meditation when you're live, and just allow yourself, all you're listening to for the moment is just the sound of your feet hitting the pavement, or the sound of your feet hitting the lawn, whatever you have to do. And just, even if it's a 5-minute walk around the block or somewhere, just to clear your head. But that's the big objective, is you've got to clear your head when you're trying to meditate, and you're concentrating on something small. So that's an easy way to start it. And you do that for a while. But step two, what you've got to do is do slow breathing. Now, when I was walking around the town of Somerset, I always tried to be, I learned when I was, oh man, I was probably 14, 15 when I started to walk more and get into things. I'm like, okay, the sense of smell is the closest that's tied to your memory. So what I tried to do, I got obsessive with trying to smell whatever was near me. Like I would smell trees or I would smell leaves on the ground if it was fall, loose grass. I would smell that. Like still to this day, the smell of freshly mowed grass calms me down. And so I was just slow breathing as I was walking. Breathe in, and breathe out slow. In slow, out slow. And then when you get good at this, now you've been doing this for a few months at this point, then you're walking, you're doing slow breathing, add easy, calm music. Something that may excite you, but what I would not do is I wouldn't do music that would raise your heartbeat up at any point, but just something that would put you in a good mood, and you know what that is. But you have easy, this is a beautiful time because flash forward 20 years, I mean, we didn't have wireless headphones, and these things are gorgeous. I mean, you just put them on and start walking, and we had these funky wires. Sometimes, it was too tall for them, or maybe I had that CD player that, I had to hold at a certain point because it wouldn't fit in my jeans pocket. And I'm like, oh no, what do I do? How do I do this? And you spend most of the time trying to fiddle with it. It didn't help. So these are a godsend right here. And the reason why you want to have the calming music is because this is the one last thing that's going to distract you. And you're not going to hear anything, so you want to pick a safe area where you walk. Maybe it's just your street, where you know as many people. And I live right near a cemetery. So, hell, nobody's bothering me there, and I know the place very well, so I'm just wandering. And just wander for a while, because it's not about the cardio at that given moment. What it is just all you're doing is you're just taking steps, slow breathing, and just listening to music. Before you know it, those voices are gonna start calming down, and that's how you really get a damn good meditation from there. And you will start calming down, and you make it part of your routine. If you do that every day, oh man, like you'll notice a big difference in your life. Like getting out in nature is the true meditation. So don't worry about those yoga mats or having to go, you'll be all right. That's how you gain that, meditation can definitely help with your anxiety. All right. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope this really helps. I got another video actually right here I want you to go ahead and check out. I'll see you there, and we go ahead and we climb.